this is a group, this is the gap between TM and the ground. iTalk. At that time they were doing iTalk. And I was slamming iTalk on a daily basis. When I go and meet them, I tell them, you guys are not marketing properly. You have all these kids with really white teeth smiling, but nobody knows what iTalk is. I said you should be fighting on price. Show the price, because you can do mobile 25 cents. At that time, it was 38 cents. I was like, go for price, price, price. And when I told this to the other, he said, what's your point? I said, call your children, call your kids, because they've probably been there. And he go, okay, I call you. And he would call his son. Hey, huh? What? You went for the last 5 years? How come I don't know? Oh, okay. And then they all call, and the same thing. And I said, you have to know what your kids are doing, because most of the kids are like, yeah, we've heard about the world. So on that basis, then they give us a sponsorship. And I used to go to TELCO and Digi, the same thing. I go and beg these people. I have been on the board, I swear to you, I've been in Digi, I've been like this, please. They're like, don't get on the floor. And I know, please, listen. The music business in Malaysia needs help. We are artists, we make music, we need support for the creative industries. Can you please help us? Oh, okay, we think about it. Okay, thank you very much, thank you. Of course, they don't call back afterwards. So, Christina Aguilera, yeah, we'll spend 5 million, Local music, So, I always had a problem with the fact that Malaysians don't support Malaysians. I'm fiercely patriotic. And we have one screwed up thing in this country where we do not support each other. We really have this conditioning that has to take effect. At some point, we've got to realize that we're screwing ourselves. It's the same for business. It's the same for everything we do. Sports, you name it. Every time there's some international thing involved. Oh, international must be good. Hence, we keep getting screwed by all these white guys. Yeah? White guy shows up and, wants a meeting, and they're like, oh, what's his name? Mr. Harefield. Oh, Mr. Harefield. Oh, okay, I'll meet him, because he's white. It must be good. And then, half of these guys, you don't even know what they're on about, but you won't meet a local guy. It's not the same. So we need to get past all this crap. And I've been fighting it. Malaysia has the best creative industries in the region, I can tell you that. If you really go down and check out the artists, the guys who are creating like the WOW and the Gamelan and all this sort of thing, and painters and things like that, and all the real creative industries, poetry, writing, whatever. We've got a fantastic platform, but no money going into it. So the guys go underground, i.e. Central Market. Or they hang around Terengganu beaches hoping that some Guaylo will come along and say, oh, look at that, here's a little bit of culture. It's 5 pence, you want it? It's worth like a house, isn't it? So we get our asses kicked all the time like that. And I felt when Tony finally said to me, he said, Jace, I was like, yeah, I want you to come in and join TalkO. I was like, okay, I don't know anything about TELCO. But in my mind, I was like, yes, I'll do it. Don't worry, I don't want to beg anymore. I want to be one of the guys to throw money at the locals and not hit our ROI targets, but that's okay. But it was an opportunity. When Tony Fernandez asked you to join him, you don't say, but what came out of my mouth was, I was like, I don't know, Tony, I've got fat boys, gotta think about it, But I was like, yes. I'll think about it. Like, yeah, you think about it, okay. So I did my wheeling and dealing. I said, okay, I want to buy a stake in the company if I can, and he sold me a little small stake, and so I jumped into this business. And I jumped into this business in the cold, really in the deep end. I really thought I knew something about TELCO, but I was lacking in the technical side. Thank God for Wikipedia. Because really, the marriage between technology and marketing in TELCO is very important to understand what you can and can't do. And my very first meeting was with Nokia Siemens, and I was sitting there, and they were like, no, HLR. I'd be like, sorry, what is HLR? Oh, Jason, it's just for you, sorry. Excuse me, it's a home location register. It's a database where all the names go in. Okay, thanks. So anyway, wait, sorry, excuse me, what's USSD? Callback? Oh, it's basically where you, I was stopping them all the time saying, So I was learning, I was trying to learn as much as I could. And when I think it's not really rocket science, to be honest, but there's a lot of work that goes to make a call, a lot of work, a lot of agreements, and a lot of balance checking, authentication, things like that. So it's a very complicated industry, really, and you have to understand really how it works. And I was given this opportunity, jump in the deep end, and I did relish it. And you know, we created a little SIM card, which is way cheaper than what you're paying Maxis, Digi, and Celcom. And if you think, I know you Digi guys are there thinking, yeah, we got 12 cents. 12 cents. Yeah. This is how they screw you. They screw with your mind. Yeah. You're paying 12 cents for your prepaid for Digi, but it's only after you spend 1 ringgit, right, per day, which means 30 ringgit per month if you want to enjoy that. And that rate is at 36 cents. Okay. The ARPU is the average revenue per user per month, and that is about 40 to 50 ringgit. So Digi are forcing you to spend 30 ringgit at the highest rate before you can enjoy the 12 cents. Nobody wants to amalgamate the rate into one rate, except for TuneTalk. Even when Hotlink came out with 33 cents, wow, 33 cents. No, it was 25 cents. They came out, they shouted 25 cents, but it's 33 cents for the first minute. Then it's 25 cents. I'm like, why don't you just make it 28 cents? And why is it so complicated? Everything is so complicated. They're messing with us. You know what the biggest crime is? Roaming. It is the biggest crime in the world today. These guys are getting away with it. Part of the reason why we came to this business was because we wanted to leverage off the back of AirAsia's travel routes. AirAsia's huge network, 30 million passengers a year, all looking for cheap hotels, cheap mobile call rates, and cheap financial products. So part of the big thing we're going to do this year is we're going to use one SIM card for Malaysia, and when you cross over into Singapore, you maintain that SIM card. You do not take it out and put Singtel in. You keep that SIM card, and you keep the same number, and you enjoy local call rates in Singapore. That's our mission. That's what we're working very hard in Singapore right now trying to do. We haven't done it yet. No. Thank you. Talking shit, yeah. Woo! So we are really trying to do that, and because of course we think that we captured the whole of Johor, you know, all of those guys going across the causeway and travelers. And don't be fooled as well. There are other solutions out there, but they all use different numbers. They use what they call multiple MZs and multiple numbers, which means I go to Singapore, I latch on to Singtel network, but I'm using a Singtel temporary number. So I gotta call my whole phone book and say, call me in Singapore on 7255, whatever. I just want everyone to have a Malaysian number. So if I'm in Singapore, I can make a call to Malaysia, but the call will not go to Malaysia, only the signaling and the authentication will hit we'll hit RIN, and we will be able to tell whether or not this call can be authenticated and approved, and then we'll send a signal down, but the routing will just be down to Singapore. So that's our challenge, that's our big challenge, and then Singapore is the first step, then we do it for Indonesia. So we'd be stupid if we didn't leverage as much as we could off the AirAsia group and off the Tune group. So we're trying to do a lot of really cool things. Our subscribers are all covered for 100,000 ringgit PA insurance for free. You know, we undertake that. You just have to spend minimum 30 ringgit a month. But it is a battle. When we first launched, right, we had all our point of sale material we threw out there. First week, Maxis Digi Celcom came and said, hey, all down, take it all down. Not to me, to the dealers. And the dealers are like, why should we take it down? Take it down or we cancel your account lah. You want to cancel or we want to take down the account? The dealer like, okay lah. Take out his fingernail and took all our point of sales down. So there's $500,000 gone in the drain. I should have just pissed in and set it on fire. So it is a very, very tough business, okay? It's a very, very tough business. There's no loyalty. I was just told by my head of marketing today that he got an offer somewhere else. So I was like, any heads of marketing here want to join TuneTalk? See me later. Okay. Oh, hey, can you do it? Okay. But you work for the government. No, okay. Oh, so you think. So it's a very tough business, but it's a very colorful business with a lot of wonderful people. And the lessons I learned coming into this business was you have to have courage. You have to believe in Tony Fernandez, because everything the guy said is right. God, I don't know why. He's like, watch out, your distributors will have you by the balls. I'm like, no, Tony, I drank Shivas with them. You know? In a karaoke. And I only drank Shivas, that's all. Nothing else. And it wasn't Superstar. But in any case.